What's up, everybody? What's going on? Hope your day's been going amazing and that you're ready for some more tips. Singles, do you want more? Well, it's time to remove some things and embrace some other things. And so that's what we've been talking about for the last 10 days. Can you believe it's been 10 days? We've had the amazing Chris and Tay join us last week and tell us about their own life story. What's up, hey, money? They joined us about telling us their own life story, how they met online, the ups and downs, the ebbs and the flows, but how they still kicking and even talking about marriage now. So tomorrow we will have Mrs. Trudy Parson, who's gonna come and drop just as much fire. And you don't want to miss it. You want to be in the building because she's gonna hit you from the business side, from the personal development side, from the marriage side. And so we want all of it. We want it all, right? So let's get ready for that tomorrow at 8:30 EST. But today, after talking to some people after my last one, they was like, dating is not about romance. Like, what's the point of dating then? Because you're trying to find your boo, right? And I said, well, yeah, you are, but that's not your sole focus because we have so much to gain from everyone in our lives that I wanted to make sure I define dating for what it is in our program, Dreams Divine Dating. Now, in the world, dating is about, do you have chemistry? Are you attracted to them? Can you see yourself with them in a physical nature and even in the future? But dating here in Dreams Divine Dating is just a little bit different because the ultimate goal is the same. We want to get married. What's going on? We want to get married. We want that love, the one who's going to cherish us and we can cherish them. But dating is a step back. Y'all remember back in the day? Because I talk to those who are 30 plus, right? I serve an audience of singles who, kind of been a little discouraged at one point, but we're trying to get together. But back in the day when we used to talk to people, you remember? It wasn't dating, we're talking. I'm just talking to them. And what happens was that you thought you were actually into a relationship, but that guy or that girl was like, nah, we just talking. Right? And so people start getting confused. We're talking, we're just hanging out, we're kicking it. Now we're kicking it every night on the phone, kicking it every weekend, but we're really just kicking it. Right? So I want to define what I say dating. Dating is that talking to stage, but very, very clear cut. I am here to collect data on you to see if we align in our life goals and our future. Dating is that talking to. It is very clear that we're not exclusive. It's very clear that we are literally trying to see if we have a relationship future. Not we're not in a relationship, we're not exclusive. And for some of us that's scary. Why is that scary? Because if you're giving your heart and you're giving your soul to it, you're like, then my emotions are going to get caught up. And if my emotions are caught up, then how do I do that with multiple people? And I'm not here to talk about multi-dating. I'm here to talk about just the word dating. If you take the root word, data is going to come out of it, right? And I want to make sure we know, because if we're not in the talking to stage and now we're kicking it, and then dating back in the day might have meant, that's forgive me. I know that we got believers in here. Lord God, he has saved me from so much. So I am a believer. But some people even think that dating is that person you're sleeping with, right? And that is not the case here in Dreams Divine Dating. Actually, it's the total opposite. You are not to be sleeping with anybody because you're only collecting data. You're like a scientist right now. You're saying, does this and that mix together create the solution I want? Is this going to be what I need in my life? And if I believe so, now we can begin to move into something more serious, talking about a relationship. So I wanted to make sure you knew what data means. It's like, here's data taken. Data taken is this. They showed up on time. Nope, they showed up late. Is that something I can deal with? Oh my gosh, they were super nice to that waitress. They were actually really cool, even to the hostess and everybody around, or they were super rude. Like they were nice to me, but they were mean to them. Data is, we like the same show. We watch it every night. That's cool. But I'm going to tell you, those things do not equate exclusivity. It does not equate relationship yet. You know what it does? It gives you information. Okay. All right, cool. I like basketball. He likes basketball. That could work because, when it comes to putting things together, that's information I need to know. But it's literally just dating. That don't make him your man. That don't make her your girl. It's info. It's data. Okay. And then after that, you do that for whatever time you and that person feel is necessary. And then you can say, I've collected this data. You're really cool with your family. I love family. I can see you're diligent and passionate about your purpose, about your job. I honestly would like to see where this could go. This is when we start talking about being exclusive. And though you're still collecting data, it can now be called a relationship, right? Because you both talked about it, you kicked it, you've talked, you've dated. People ask me, so when do you know when you start dating somebody? In this program, the minute he hits you up online or he sees you in the grocery store, you need to start collecting information at that point. I mean, absolutely. Does he call you every 3 days? Does he call you every day? Is it every 3 months? That's information. This is data. And the reason why this is important is because so many people get discouraged and frustrated because in their mind, because you connected, y'all are both attracted to each other, you put yourself in a relationship or you even give relationship benefits when you really should just be taking mental notes, right? And I want to save people from that because the goal is, here's the goal, to have joy, to make sure that this is fun, to have life and have it more abundantly. And you can't do that if you're always hemmed up by somebody being that catalyst for stealing your joy because you had a thought in your mind about what y'all were when y'all really weren't, okay? So as I talk about dating, when you hear Sharonda talk about dating and Dreams Global, Dreams Divine Dating, when you hear that, I am not talking about dating as in you already have a boyfriend and y'all are going out on dates to the restaurant. That might be how you collect your information. It may be, but you literally can collect information the way he hits you up on whatever site you hit each other up on. And I'm specific about talking about online because y'all know at the end of this month, and it's something new. My something new for you is I'm going to be helping you get matched. Like I am literally going to be doing my online matchmaking program for you using online platforms. We will have a webinar on how that looks, what it's all about when this series, Something New, is completed so that you can get your mind right, but you also have a wing woman to help you go through it and so that you can enjoy the process. But if he hits me up, what's up, sexy? There's nothing wrong with that word. It really is not. However, that's data to collect. Because if the first thing you think is sexy, sex may be what you're thinking about. It may be what you want. It may not be, but I'm taking a mental note. If you say, hello, I love your smile, what's going on? If you say, I love your smile, that's a different connotation. It doesn't mean they're not thinking about sex. It just meant that they actually wanted to approach from a lot more platonic and respectable way. Hear me, fellas. Please don't shoot me. Don't knock me down. I'm just saying, we are collecting information on how you approach, what you say, and it's not about gaming. If you really want to call the girl sexy, do it. Because she needs to know who you authentically are. I'm just saying, when I talk to my females, I'm going to say, if all he always says Look at those legs. Look at that shape. And he doesn't say, God, I like the way you think. That was an amazing thought. What's going on? I like the way that you raise your kid, or I love the way that you go to work and you show so much passion. If there's nothing ever said like that, don't be upset if that person is out for maybe not the long term. Maybe. Okay. So just like in science, even doctors practice medicine, right? They practice it, study years and years, pay a lot of money, or get like amazing scholarships because they're brilliant. But everything is not going to be black and white. But there are principles about things that they will always be able to stand by. There are theories that have been proven over and over. And that's what I'm trying to share with you all. So to just sum up, when you hear me talking about dating, I am talking about from day one, second one, collecting the data. I'm going to give you a story real quick. I met a gentleman, fine, very nice looking gentleman, and loved the Lord. I mean, great relationship and all of this, okay? And we were talking. He didn't know I was dating him because I'm collecting data. I'm collecting data day one. Why? Because when I miss flags before, I know what happens. The heartbreak that can happen, the things and the regrets. So let's not do that. Let's collect data day one. That's when I start dating you. Anyway, so the gentleman, I mean, just an amazing guy. So I began to pray, which is a data collecting tool, probably the very first and most important. So I began to pray, God, show me some things, let me know what this is, what it isn't. Is he supposed to be someone like soulmate like? Is he supposed to be friend? Is it going to be just an acquaintance? And a situation happened, I'll say. A situation happened where I literally prayed the prayer, Lord, show me some things. And a situation happened on the evening that we were going on a date. And let me say it like this, because I want to be very respectful. There was another party that shared their thoughts about that person, right? And you got to be wary because you got to collect your own data. However, because this was unsolicited knowledge and I'm collecting data, I sat back. I said, okay, there is a reason why this person is without question sharing their opinion about this gentleman. Either I could ignore it and act like that data doesn't exist, or I could go and take it a little bit further and pray more, collect more data for myself, and make a decision. And from that, here's the decision. We're going to be an amazing just couple of friends, right? Not because that person wasn't phenomenal, not because he lacked anything, but because if you see your engine light on and you keep driving the car, you can't be upset if it breaks down. You just can't be. That's why dating is data. This is the time you collect information without an emotional or romantic attachment. You can't see the sign and get upset when those signs actually begin to do exactly what they're meant to do, manifest the problem. Okay. And because I've done it before, I do not wish for any, and not just in one situation. Let's just be honest. I've missed signs in multiple situations. So I don't want anybody to think I'm talking about one situation. If we could all be real with ourselves, I served the population that I was, right? And I'm so glad I can say that I was. And that's why my passion is to say, let's go ahead and do this thing with joy, with wisdom, with God. Make ourselves better first, because we can blame the other person all day. And that's a sign, that's a data collecting tool. If somebody's always blaming someone else for their failed relationships, take that data, sis, bruh, take the data. That means that maybe their self-awareness, their self-growth is not there. If you listen to anything I've said, I've always said, I overlooked something. I didn't see it rightly. I wanted what I wanted, whatever, because I realized I'm only accountable for me. And that's why I'm going to take data on you. All right. So tonight, that's all I wanted to share. Dating, literally, when I say collecting data, is not to say you don't want romance. It's not to say you don't want your spouse. It's to say if that's your only focus, then you're going to miss the signs that God has so graciously put before you. And that check engine light, it means something. I don't know what it means. It could be something simple, or it could be that your transmission about to fall out. Whatever it is, don't get caught up when you can actually do something about it. All right. So I want you all to begin and date and have a bunch of fun. If you have a problem with dating, you just gave up, like, yo, it sucks. This is not fun, Sharonda. Then what I want you to do is to hit me up. And I'm very serious about this. I have a something new online matchmaking program that is starting in May. And it is coming based off of the request of those who have actually even been in my program. Like, could you just hook me up? You know, where are the good men? You said so many good men. Just hook me up. Like, I don't want to go through online. I don't want to have to go to all these meetups. Just find them for me, put them in my face. I'm sure I could rock it. And at first I was totally against it. I used to tell people I am not a matchmaker. That's not what I'm going to do. Kind of like a lot of things in my life. Like I said back in the day, I wasn't going to minister. I wasn't going to do anything. I even said I wasn't going to be a teacher, y'all. And this is what, my 21st year of teaching. So you never know. You got to know what your God's will and purpose is for you for today. So I am taking this on to say, yes, I'll be your wing woman. Hit me up. We will do some self-work. We will do some real internal reflection, but we also going to have some real practical fun online. What should it look like? How do I know to read between the lines to avoid the riffraff? This is what the program is going to be about. And I'll tell you the timing. I'll tell you the guarantees. I'll tell you everything in my webinar, Something New Online Matchmaking, which is going to be that last Friday in April at 7 p.m., which is the 28th, I believe. Yep. So if you have any questions for me, ask me. If you want to know something up until the 29th, like, should I even, let's talk before the 29th, Sharonda, because I ain't got time for it. Hit me up. I'm going to drop my link in the comments on Facebook. You can hit up my bio on Instagram, and I look forward to talking to you. There is somebody out there that has something new waiting. Like, literally, there is and I say it all the time, there is someone dreaming of you right now. They're dreaming of your character, your shape, your complexion, your passion, your purpose, your alignment to their lives. Don't let the frustration of what happened before stop you from getting that something new today. Don't do it. Don't do it, sis. Don't do it, bruh. Go ahead. And just like in the Bible, when Abraham wanted a wife for his son, he had somebody else to go seek it out. And they had the heart of the Father, and it was successful. And that is very similar to my role in this online matchmaking program. Okay. We'll combine our faiths. And when you don't have enough faith to believe somebody great's coming, I got you. When you don't have the tips or the strategies, I got you. So let's make it happen. Don't forego something great and something new because of something that was old. All right. Let's remove that thought process and let's embrace something new. I'm done for tonight. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Have an amazing time. Click the link. Sign up for the webinar. It is absolutely free. And I can't wait. It's going to be dope. Whew, I'm not gonna say anything else because I'll give too much away. All right, good night.